Cleveland Browns signed Tyler Huntley, depth added amid QB injuries. In a move that's sending shockwaves through the NFL, the Cleveland Browns have pulled off a strategic lifeline by re-signing former Pro Bowl quarterback Tyler Huntley. With their quarterback room in disarray due to a string of injuries, the team is doubling down on experience and depth. But here's where it gets controversial. Is bringing back a player with a checkered track record the best solution, or is it a gamble that could backfire? Let's break it down. The Browns. Starting QB, 40-year-old Joe Flacco is the only healthy signal caller on the roster right now. That's a recipe for disaster in a league where youth and agility often trump experience. Enter Huntley, a 27-year-old with a mix of potential and past missteps. The team's decision to re-sign him comes as injuries pile up for their other options. Rookie Dillon Gabriel, hamstring tightness. Second-year pro Kenny Pickett, limited practice after missing 3 sessions. And first-round pick Shedeur Sanders, arm soreness. And this is the part most people miss. The Browns are essentially hedging their bets by adding Huntley just 4 days before their preseason opener against the Carolina Panthers. Will he make the 53-man roster, or will he end up on the practice squad? The clock is ticking. Huntley's NFL journey has been anything but straightforward. After going undrafted, he carved out a niche with the Baltimore Ravens, stepping in for an injured Lamar Jackson and earning a Pro Bowl nod in 2022. But his time with the Miami Dolphins last season painted a different picture, a 64.7% completion rate. 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in 5 starts. The Dolphins went 2-3 in those games, and critics argue that Huntley's tendency to turn the ball over, 10 career picks and 13 fumbles, has often overshadowed his physical gifts. So, is Cleveland banking on his ability to learn from past mistakes? Or are they setting themselves up for another round of frustration? The bigger question here is whether the Browns are prioritizing short-term stability over long-term growth. Flacco, while a proven winner, is a relic in a position that demands constant evolution. Meanwhile, Huntley's presence could force the team to trade one of their younger quarterbacks before Week 1, a move that might spark heated debates among fans. Should the Browns be nurturing their rookie class? Or is this a necessary evil to survive the season? We'd love to hear your take. Do you think Huntley's upside justifies the risks? Or is this a decision that could haunt Cleveland later in the year? Browns QB crisis. Tyler Huntley signed as 5th QB after multiple injuries. NFL preseason update. Imagine the Cleveland Browns finding themselves in a quarterback quandary, needing to secure depth amidst a wave of injuries. But here's where it gets interesting. They've just signed Tyler Huntley, their 5th quarterback in as many weeks. This move adds a layer of complexity to an already competitive position. The Browns are currently holding a quarterback competition featuring 4 players: Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dillon Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders. However, things have taken a turn with injuries piling up. Pickett has been sidelined since July 26 due to a hamstring injury, and Gabriel dealt with hamstring tightness during his Monday practice. Sanders, who had to sit out team drills on Saturday due to arm soreness, made a return to full participation on Monday. Amidst these challenges, the Browns are set to join forces with the Carolina Panthers for joint practices in Charlotte, North Carolina, on Wednesday. This comes just 2 days before their preseason opener on Friday. Coach Kevin Stefanski mentioned that the team is still ironing out the details for these practices and the upcoming game. Tyler Huntley, at 27, brings a familiar face to the Browns roster. He participated in training camp last year and even made the initial 53-man roster, only to be let go when a trade didn't pan out. Following this, Huntley joined the Miami Dolphins, where he posted a record of 2-3 over 5 starts. Adding another layer to the Browns' quarterback situation is Deshaun Watson, who remains on the physically unable to perform list as he recovers from a right Achilles tendon injury. The team expects this injury to keep him sidelined for most of the 2025 NFL season. This influx of quarterbacks raises questions about the Browns' strategy. Are they hedging their bets by Browns signed Tyler Huntley amid QB injury crisis? NFL preseason update. Imagine this. The Cleveland Browns, in a surprising move, are reportedly adding another quarterback to their roster. But here's where it gets controversial. This isn't just any quarterback. It's Tyler Huntley, and he's joining a team that's already dealing with a trio of injured signal callers. Let's dive into the details and see what this means for the Browns as they gear up for their preseason opener. ESPN's Adam Schefter broke the news on Monday, revealing that the Browns are signing Tyler Huntley. This move comes as a response to the injuries plaguing Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel, both of whom are nursing hamstring issues, and Shedeur Sanders, who is working through a sore shoulder. Schefter's tweet was straightforward. The Browns need another arm. Enter Huntley. And this is the part most people miss. While it's still early in training camp, the urgency is palpable. The Browns' preseason opener against the Carolina Panthers is just around the corner. And they also have joint practices scheduled with the same team. ESPN's Daniel Oyefusi added more context, stating that the Browns are still finalizing their plans for these practices and the preseason game. He hinted that neither Pickett nor Gabriel might be fully ready by the end of the week, while Sanders was a full participant in the latest practice. Oyefusi also shared the team's first unofficial depth chart, which places veteran Joe Flacco at the top, ahead of Pickett, Gabriel, and Sanders. So where does Huntley fit into all this? Well, he's not exactly a rookie. Huntley has 25 career games under his belt with the Baltimore Ravens and Miami Dolphins. Last year, he started 5 games for the Dolphins, going 2-3 with a respectable 64.7% completion rate. He threw for 829 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions, and even added 135 yards and 2 scores on the ground. But here's a fun fact. Huntley was named to the Pro Bowl in 2022, filling in for other players who had to drop out. That year, he played 6 games for the Ravens, throwing for 658 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Given that he wasn't even on a roster before this move, Huntley isn't likely to be in the running for the starting role anytime soon. However, he does provide the Browns with much-needed depth as they prepare for a hectic week with the Panthers. So what do you think? Is this a smart move by the Browns, or are they just throwing another body into the mix? Do you think Huntley has what it takes to make an impact? Or is this all just a preseason filler? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.